To everybody and welcome to my live broadcast. How is everybody doing? How is everybody doing as you join me, like and share, bring in more people. Let's spend this beautiful morning together. You got the gist now? Let's see. Bring in more people, like and share. That's a way of showing love. Like and share. Let's go. So, a lot of people have joined on TikTok. Nobody has joined on Facebook. Sylvester Obianke, good morning to you. How is your day going, bro? That's a core follower of this page. Sylvester Obianke. So how many are we here now? Many people are joining on TikTok. Hope it will continue like that. Yeah, so, well, this morning we're here to discuss about life generally. We are here to discuss about life generally. So let's see. Man, it seems, what's going on, Seth? Nobody has joined on Facebook. Have they shadow banned me or what? I don't understand this Facebook. Normally, one or two people are supposed to be here, but nobody has joined. Well, it has always been like that with Facebook. One day, you see a lot of people join, and I don't even see comments. If you are watching me on Facebook, make a comment, let me see. So that I can know that you are there. I want to know. I want to know if somebody, if you're watching me, say hi. Only that's what I want to see. The TikTok is active. YouTube is active. Eddie from Holland. Holy Land. Okay. So now, however, whether people are watching or not, the party must go on. Do you understand me? And nobody is going to stop the party. Whether somebody watches or not, the party must go on. That's it. Man, it is surprising. I have 4,000 and something, 4,000 and I don't know, say 4,050 or 4,000 and something on YouTube. But each time I go live, I have more viewers on YouTube than every other platform. Can somebody explain it to me? I have more viewers on YouTube than on Facebook and on TikTok. It is unbelievable. I don't know why. So, guys, if you join me, say hi, so that I can know somebody is watching. If you don't say hi, but make a comment. Thank you for liking, but I'm not seeing any comments. I don't know what is wrong with this Facebook. Make a comment, say hi on Facebook, so that I know that, so that I will be seeing the comments. And I want to, I like giving my fans, my followers, shoutouts. Well, no comments. See, Patrick is asking me my origin. Patrick is asking me my origin. What I'm going to do now is, if you're watching me, those that are watching me on Facebook, I want to I mean, I want to go offline and come back again because I'm not seeing any comments. I asked you guys to make a comment. I'm not seeing any comments. So I want to go offline and come back again so that I'll be seeing the comment from people. I do not want my viewers to think I neglect their comments, things like that. You see, Patrick Wilkenig, I think, Patrick Wilkenig asked if I am from Nigeria. Patrick, are you here to find out where I come from, or are you here to listen to the message I've got for you? What is important to you? My origin or who I am? What's important to you? Guys, give me 1 second. Let me off this in now. I want to off this in and bring it back again. This Facebook, I don't understand this Facebook. Sometimes I go live, I will not be seeing comments. Just give me a minute. Let me on it back. So guys, keep sharing. It's going to be an interesting topic this morning. Esther, I see you big time. Esther, I see, just give me 1 second. Let me continue with this program because this Facebook sometimes I don't understand. So guys, just give me 1 second. I'm right here. I'm almost there. Thank you, Esther. Now, here we go. So, now I'm back online. So guys, here we go. The topic for this morning program is life happens. Life happens. Life happens. Money bag, I see you. Money bag, I see you. Now listen, life happens. That's the topic for this program. So, life happens. Now, yes, I'm seeing comments now. I'm seeing people who are watching me on Facebook. Now, let's go. Guys, when I began this broadcast, I start with social media platforms which I created some years back. So, somebody said I should talk sharp. I'm going to spend hours here. So, if you do not have data, I can't help it. I'm not here to rush my program. People prepare to come watch me. Go buy Wi-Fi at home. Then you have unlimited access to internet. So here I'm going to take my time because there are people who sit to watch this program. Okay? Life happens is the topic for this morning. When I created these pages, these platforms, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, I had a lot of followers. There were people who began this page with me on TikTok. So many women, so many men supported me in the beginning. Also on Facebook. Now, after a while, listen attentively. All these men and women, responsible men and women who supported me disappeared into thin air. A lot of them disappeared without a trace. There are also people who began this page with me who are still here. Listen attentively so that you will understand me. There are people who began this page with me. From the day one, they have been here till now. They have been supporting me. The first day they saw my video, followed my page, and they have been supporting me till this minute. Now, should I be upset should I be mad at those that disappeared into thin air? Should I blame those people who I don't see on my programs anymore, I don't even know where they are now? No, I wouldn't blame them. Let me tell you why. In life, a lot happens. So this morning, I was on my own. I thought about many of my followers, people that made me their friends, who are no longer here today. That is, they are no longer following my page. I asked myself, did I do anything wrong? I did not do anything. Listen attentively so that you will understand me. I did not do anything wrong, but life happened to a lot of people. Life happened to a lot of people. So many people that joined my page, my platforms, some of them are no longer alive. Listen, I know few who are no longer alive. I am able to know that these people are no longer alive because they live in Vienna. Listen attentively. That's how I came to know that they are dead. The news of their death was broadcasted online. I saw it on Facebook. Now, there are also people who are living elsewhere in another country who may be following my page, who are no more. Now again, they are dead. There could be people who have no money to buy data anymore. Some people lost their pages. For instance, that is, some are sick, battling for their lives. Some people, you are blaming, you say they unfollowed you, they don't come to your program, they don't support you. Maybe in the hospital, but you don't know. Some were scammed. So people are battling different problems in life. Do you understand what I mean now? So when I remember these things, and there are also haters and lovers. Listen, there are also people who love you, and there are also people who unfollowed you because they don't like you. Why I'm telling you this is because there are people who expect friends, family members, acquaintances, people you met along the way to always stay with you in life. Not everybody is meant. That's why I'm telling this story. Listen attentively. Not everybody is meant to stay with you for life, throughout your lifetime. Are you listening to me? It is not everybody that is meant to stay with you throughout your lifetime. Not even your parents, not your siblings. Now let me ask you. There are some of your schoolmates, your classmates, or schoolmates. You were so close with them back then. Today, you've detached yourselves. You know, you are no longer together, either because you relocated or life happened to them. You know, there are problems people battle in life that at times make them forget their friends. Listen attentively. There are problems you may face. You will forget your friends. See, especially when you are in the dark, you don't remember anybody, and nobody will remember you. See, I told you guys the story of my life. I've told you guys. When I began life, I had nothing. I was a young man, and I embarked on this journey, the journey of traveling abroad. I moved on my own. See, as I moved, nobody knew where I went, where I was. I was in the dark. Nobody knew. Nobody asked after me except my mother, my father, my parents were worried about my whereabouts. It was only when I surfaced successfully, when I came out, when I survived, when I came out, people began to identify with me. The time I was suffering, I did not even remember anybody. I did not even remember friends. I was after survival. I just wanted to survive. When I was walking through the valley, I concentrated on surviving. My concentration was, how do I survive? How do I get out of this valley? I did not remember cousins. I did not remember nephews. I did not remember anybody. I just wanted to survive. I just wanted to reach my destination point. At times, you may be upset with people thinking they forgot you. They abandoned you. But these people are fighting their own battles. These people are fighting their own battles. Do you understand what I mean now? So, now, you discover in life, you don't expect people to always be there for you. Yes. Even friends. Sometimes there are friends who truly loves you. Miss Folashade, I see you. Chukwe Bukandiba, I see you. There are friends who truly loves you. But listen, life may happen to them and they forget you. Someone cannot say because he loves you and forget to go fight for his or her life. Forget to chase his or her dreams, goals. Do you understand what I mean? So you expecting someone to always stay with you. It's not realistic. It is not. This is why in life you need to continue to count on yourself. You've got to keep counting on yourself, and prepare for the worst. I always say this. Always prepare for the worst. Now let's keep going. I told you guys this story. I do not know how many of you that watched one of my videos. At a time we lived in the city, in the township. I was born in the city. At a time, things got tough. The economy of my family collapsed. my father had to relocate to the village, relocate us to the village. When our family's economy collapsed, my father relocated us to the village. Now listen. In the village, I met other village children who were born in the village and they grew up in the village. That's village, their life was in the village. So my mama then had domestic animals like goats, chickens, and the rest that she reared. Now, not all these agric chickens, so these are native fowls. Native fowls, you know those native fowls there. Now listen, there was something I observed then growing up. At a time, one of our hen then began to lay eggs. A female hen began to, a female bird, a hen, that's the name. Yes, began to lay eggs. I watched the hen lay eggs every day. The hen will come and lay 1 egg, 2 eggs, 3 eggs, until after a while, the hen began to incubate these eggs. After incubating the eggs for about 21 days or thereabouts, the hen hatched the eggs and new babies came forth. Listen, as these new, what's it called, these babies came, the mother hen began to feed the babies. Then in the village, I saw when this hen go to feed the babies in the bush, in the forest, you see the kites, eagles, come to snatch one of the babies. Do you understand me now? You see the kites come. And I witnessed many times how the mother hen defended her babies. Listen, I saw how the mother hen defended the babies with all her life, all her might. There were situations where the hen fought eagles, kites, to make sure these kites, these eagles did not carry any of the baby. I witnessed it. Those of you who grew in the village might have seen it. Now listen. Then towards evening time, you see this mother hen return back with her babies. But there were times she lost 1 or 2. The kites succeeded in carrying 1 or 2 of the babies. Now listen. You see, after a while, as the babies grew, as the babies began to develop, you see the same mother, when they get to a certain stage, you see the same mother hen begin to fight her babies, begin to chase them away. I witnessed it. You see the mother babies begin to fight them, to go their way, to detach from her. Then I was a little boy. I did not understand what was playing out. I said, how come this mother hen that defended her babies, listen attentively, this mother hen that defended her babies is now chasing away her babies to go fend for themselves? The mother hen became brutal. I saw it. But though there were some stubborn children, who refused to go. I witnessed it. You see the mother hen fight those stubborn ones who want to depend on their mother for survival. They want to be continually fed by their mother. Listen attentively. So, I witnessed this growing up in the village. After a while, as a young man who had ambition, I left my parents. I did not care. I was after to survive. I wanted to make my own money. I wanted to raise my own family, create my own family, have my own children. I did not care about my mother, my father, my siblings anymore. I wanted to survive, to be able to stand on my own. Now listen attentively. You see, I told you the story of a mother hen and her babies now. This is exactly what happens in life, the reality of life. Do not expect people to always stay with you. Listen attentively. Don't expect people to always remain in your life. Let me tell you what you should know. That mother hen has played her role. Listen, that mother hen has played her role in the life of her babies. Are you getting the point? The mother hen has done her part in the life of her babies. And it was time for the mother hen to keep going, to continue with her life. See, people come into your life to play their part and continue with their lives. That is the reality of life. Everybody you met in life came to play a particular role in your life and move on. Listen attentively. It is only unintelligent people, somebody who is not smart, would want to depend, attach himself, herself on somebody throughout his or her lifetime. I told you, anyone who comes into our lives, anybody who comes into your life came to play a role, a good role or a bad role. Do you understand me? And you shouldn't be crying because somebody left you. A man left you. A woman left you. You got divorced. Your children abandoned you. You see, that's why I keep telling you, prepare your mind for eventualities of life, unforeseen circumstances of life. Remember the story of the hen and the mothers. The mother hen and the babies. You see, there are so many people I met in this life. I do not know their whereabouts today. There are also some people who I know their whereabouts, but we are no longer communicating. We are no longer friends. We were friends. We did not fight. We did not fight. We did not quarrel. But life separated us. Get me right. Are you listening to me? There are people, see, nature will separate you from people. Either that your best friend may relocate or find job somewhere, get married. One thing or the other may happen and you lose your friend. Not that the friend died. Even at times, sickness. Are you listening to me? So this is why I told you life happens. The worst you can, that is, you are doing yourself harm. If you live your life to depend, believing that somebody is going to stay with you forever, even no matter how deeply in love you are with your husband, men, no matter how deeply in love you are with your wife or your husband, one day, even if you want to attach yourself, and one day death will separate you from either your husband or your wife. At times, death will separate you from your friends, even your children. That is to tell you, nothing remains permanent in life, and you've got to prepare your mind for such. I cannot cry over a broken relationship at this stage. Whenever something happens to you, see, you know that that person's role in your life has come to an end. You see, whenever a friendship ends, love affair ends, anything you've got, that is, whenever such ends in your life, know that that person's role in your life has come to an end. Stop crying over it and move on. The mistake people make is clinging to the past, holding on to the past. If you want to move ahead in life, you've got to let go of what is holding you back. Yes, to move forward, you need to let go of what is holding you back. And the mistake people make is, let me share a story with you guys. Let me share a story with you guys. There was a woman, I saw this woman every now and then. I go watch this woman, What drew my attention to that woman was she lamented online. She was crying. She was grieving over the death of her husband. She opened a Facebook page, and what she is doing is lamenting over her deceased husband. The husband died like 7 years ago, 8 years ago. The woman is still grieving over the death of the husband till today. Every minute, you see the woman talk about the dead husband. She said the husband gave her so much love. Listen attentively. She said the husband gave her so much love. She never expected the husband was going to die. So every day, there is no day that passes that this woman wouldn't talk about the late husband. One day, she was on live broadcast. I joined her live broadcast. She does not know who I am. She was talking the same thing, talking about how she enjoyed life. Her belief is no other man can play the role of her late husband. In fact, the woman is psychologically damaged. So when I joined the woman's live broadcast, I began to comment, to console her, to tell her, I said, listen, madam, you've got to move on. The woman became upset with me. Listen attentively. I told the woman, I said, you've got to move on. Your husband is dead. Forget about it. She said she cannot forget about the dead husband. Who was I to tell her to forget about the dead husband? I said, madam, you can only have memories of your husband, but what you are doing is wrong because you are doing damage to yourself. Your children are grown. See, even your husband might not be aware of you grieving over him. He might not be aware that you are grieving daily over him. I now told the woman, I said, listen, the past is a place of reference and not a place of residence. You are living in the past. I said, you can make reference about your past, but don't live in your past. Let it go. The woman became upset with me. She became extremely mad at me because I told her to let the past remain in the past. She does not want it. She began to fight me on the comment section. Why should I tell her to forget her husband? We are talking about a dead man, somebody who is no longer alive. I tried to counsel, to advise the woman, say, Madam, move on. She blocked me. Did you listen to me? She blocked me for advising her to move on. The woman's mind every day, what she thinks about is her late husband. Till today, this woman has refused to move on because the husband died. She failed to understand that this is nature, a natural occurrence. Somebody said maybe the husband, it wasn't juju. There's nothing like juju. Now that wasn't juju. There are people like that. Let me tell you a story. This is why. Yes, let me tell you, this is the woman even till today. I do not want to get, if I tell you the woman's social media handle, you will not believe it. I don't watch her anymore. Till today, she talks about the husband, a man that died 8 years ago. And she has refused to move on. This is why, see, in life, okay, that is why you see some people, when something hits them, they go off balance. Yes, you may go off balance because you are human. But then, how long are you going to keep mourning over a dead person? Let me tell you a story. I once had a brother, an elder brother, a very loving brother. So, at a time, I told you guys the story. This my brother died in Thailand. I was here and my brother died in Thailand, in Bangkok. I now carried the corpse home. Then I was still doing fine. So me and my wife combined hands and carried my late brother home, the corpse, the dead body home. After he was buried, I did not travel. What I did was to make sure the corpse reached home. So after a time, then my father was still alive. I called my father on telephone. Listen attentively. I called, Ability, I see you. I called my father on telephone to discuss about my late brother. When I came up with the issue, my father loved his children, especially the boys. When I came up with the issue of my late brother, who died in Thailand, I transported back home. My father said to me, listen to what my father said. My father said, I shouldn't talk about it. It is gone. I was like, what? He said I shouldn't talk about it. He does not want to talk about it. It is gone. It is a past. And I grieved so much over the death of my brother. And I said, man, how come my father have such strong hearts? He told me, he said, I shouldn't discuss about it. It is gone. I learned from it. To let bygone be bygone. Allow the dead to remain dead. So there are people who don't, when something expires, yes, when something expires in their life, they don't want to let go. They want to keep holding on to broken marriages, broken relationship, broken everything. Man, you've got to move on. You've got to learn, and you've got to have in mind that not everybody is supposed. See, there are times I stay on my own. I say, what a life we live. What a life we live. I see everybody. Thank you guys for the flowers. I said, what a life we live. Listen. Check the people you lived in the same tenement building with. The people you lived in the same yard, in the same building, your neighbors. The people you lived in the same street when you were growing up, where are they now? Your childhood friends, where are they now? Where are your childhood? They are dead. I don't mean they are literally dead, but they are not no longer existing in your life. You don't understand it. There are so many people, they are alive, but they are dead in your life. Get me? There are so many people, old friends, neighbors, family members, who are still alive, but in your life, they are dead. They are no longer playing any role. They are of no symbolic significance in your life. See, you may not understand this, I'm telling you. Those people, those family members, those friends who I told you are no longer of any importance in your life, they are dead in your life. They are alive, but they are dead because they don't play any role in your life. They have played their roles. They have played their part in your life, and that ends it. The mistake a lot of people make is when people's time expires in your life, you want to go and bring back, you want to go and turn back the hand of time. You go collect injury. Listen, when somebody's role in your life is over, could be your baby mama, your baby father, your ex, could be your siblings. When their role in your life is over, you got to move on. If you want to go back to yesterday, you will sustain injury. Now me, they tell you, see, listen to me. I know people who wanted to go and reconcile with their past friends. See, let me go biblical now. When Israelites were freed from the hand of Pharaoh, when they left Egypt, as they were about, the Egyptian army, the Pharaoh sent Egyptian army after the Israelites, sent them to go bring the Israelites back. When the man woke up, when he realized himself, he now sent Egyptian army, the chariots, to go after and bring the Egyptians back. By then, to bring the Israelites back. By then, the Israelites have already reached the Red Sea. They were about crossing the Red Sea. As Moses struck the staff on the Red Sea parted. Now look at what he said to the people of Israel. Look at what he said. Maybe some of you may have forgotten. He said, these Egyptians you see today, you shall see them no more. These Egyptians you see today, you shall see them no more. You know what it means? It means these Egyptians are past. They are now a past in your life. You do not have to. You have no business with these Egyptians anymore. This is how it is. This is exactly how it is when people's role in your life expires. Listen, the role of Egyptians in the life of the Israelites, their role had expired. Do you understand me? They don't need they do not need the Egyptians in their lives anymore. That was why Moses told them, these Egyptians you see today, you shall see them no more. See, there are friends, there are relationships, marriages. When it crashes, do not go back to Egypt. Do not go back to that relationship. If you go back, you get drowned. Did you understand what I'm saying now? Do you understand what I'm... If you go back to Egypt, let me give you another example. See, let me tell you, I had friends growing up, and many of the friends I had, many of them are still alive. They have played their roles in my life. I don't need them anymore. Their roles in my life have expired. It's gone. Let me give you another example. Because some people, you cannot carry your past into the... Okay, they say when a man is born again, behold, all old things have passed away. What is you being born again? Being born again is when you find yourself, when there is a new chapter in your life. When you find yourself in another place. When a man is born again. I'm not talking about you being literally born again. I'm talking about when... This is an analogy. Now, when a man is born again, all things have passed away. All things have passed away. Behold, everything becomes new. You cannot be born again. For instance, being born again is you travel to a new country. You need to leave the old things behind. You got yourself a new lover. You got married. You are married to a man or a woman, and you are going back to your ex. All things all things must pass away in your life. Get the point very well. Let me go further. You see, many people read the scripture, the religious books, without understanding. Let me tell you. Hello. There is nobody watching me who don't know Abraham. The three major religions we have in this world is Abrahamic religion. Came from Abraham. Jewish religion, Christianity, Islam. They are all Abrahamic religion. Now listen to me. According to the Bible, I'm not a religious person, but I want to use this story to illustrate certain things. When God called Abraham out of Chaldeans, out of the land of the way of Chaldeans, listen, when God called Abraham, he said he has to leave the land of his ancestors. He has to leave his people, the land of his father, his relatives. He only went with his nephew, Lot. Now, a lot of you are religious people. God did not ask Abraham to go back to Ur of Chaldean. He did not ask Abraham. He said he called him out of his native land, said he was going to show him a land flowing with milk and honey. Listen, but did God ask Abraham to go back to his native land? I'm asking you. Did he? No, he did not. Abraham going back. Why Abraham going back to his native land will amount to him going back to his past? You get the gist? If he should go back to Ur of Chaldeans, that will amount to him going back to his past. And why did God call him out in the first place? Why did God call Abraham out in the first place? Did you know why? Did you know? If you don't know, if you don't know, let me tell you. Because his people were evil. The people were evil. So now, your relationship ended. That friendship ended because those people are not, that person is not part of your destiny. No. Immediately that relationship ends, have it in mind that the rest of your life, you do not need that person anymore. That business colleague. You don't need that person anymore. And you going back to that person would amount to you going back to your past. You got the gist now. And now we spoke about crashed relationships. People who are not supposed to. See, don't expect people to keep escorting you in life. That is, wherever you go, you have friends, family members. At a time, you've got to go solo. It's your life. You live your life. And some people need to be left behind. Even if they don't detach themselves from you, there are people you've got to detach yourself from in order for you to move ahead. If you do not detach yourself from certain friends, certain business colleagues, certain relationships, you will not move ahead. It's not only about people leaving you. At times, you've got to leave people. And the mistake a lot of people make is when life happens to people, you begin to blame see, I've learned not to blame people in life. I don't blame people anymore because life happens to people. Yes, I've learned not to blame everybody. See, there are circumstances that could be beyond your control, my control, or any other person. A son, let me tell you, I spoke about circumstances that could be above somebody. A son, this is a story now. A son once asked his father, why are some people born in poverty and others born in wealth? Listen attentively. A son once asked his father, why are some people born in wealth and some born in poverty? The father responded with an analogy. The father said, if you plant maize during harvest time, what do you get? You get maize. If you plant yam during harvest time, what do you get? You go harvest yam, you reap yam. But that father was wrong. You don't always reap what you sow in life. Life happens to people. I don't agree with everybody's opinion about life. I told you guys there are people who sowed yam and reaped cocoyam. There are people who sowed maize, went there, and what they saw was okra. Listen attentively, because I know some people like to argue. People don't always reap what they sowed in life. People don't always reap what they sow in life. I tell you. See, listen, I've seen women and men, listen. This is a question to you now, to tell you that people do not always reap what they sow. There are women who are loyal, faithful, dedicated to their marriage, to their husband. They go to work. Listen, they work hard, take care of their children, clean their homes. They don't look outside. They don't look at other men. Listen, the woman, faithful to the husband, yet the husband has a side chick. Yet the husband impregnated other girls. Eventually the marriage crashed. What did this woman do to deserve this? What did she do to reap evil for the good she did? We are not talking about spirituality here. We are talking about life realities. I'm telling you, there are situations, there are unforeseen circumstances. Okay, I have seen men who did everything for a woman, sponsored a woman in the university, bought a car for a woman, bought a house for a woman, did everything for a woman, for the woman. At the end, the woman abandoned the man. What did the man now in this case, did the man reap what he sowed? He did not reap what he sowed. Did you know there are people who have good intention? That is, their intention of doing a particular thing was good. Okay, let me tell you now. There was a case, I don't call names, I don't call states. There was a case of a man who borrowed money, a reasonable amount of money, to his closest friend. Listen, this man, the friend needed money. The man asked, he needed money. Bank couldn't borrow him that money, lend him the money. He went to his friend that was doing good. Listen, begged the friend to help him out, to borrow him some money. Then money had value. Money had value. This friend gave him money, a reasonable amount of money. Listen attentively. Did you know what happened next? The guy he borrowed money, the person that went to borrow money now planned to go assassinate, went and assassinated the man, his friend, who gave him money. Listen. In this case, even the guy The lender, the guy that gave him money did not survive. He died. He murdered him. He was murdered. How do you explain it? Did he reap what he sowed? What was his wrong? What wrong did he do in this situation? When I tell you that life happens, there are things you cannot question, you don't know. That is, I tell you this life, people don't always reap what they sowed. I'm going to continue telling you this. And just give me 1 second, guys. Just give me 1 second. So I'm back. People don't always reap what they sowed. Now, how about parents? Listen attentively. There are parents who spent their entire life raising their children. There are parents who sacrificed so much for their children, yet got nothing in return. They sowed. There are parents who sowed so much, burnt fully. They sowed in the lives of their children, but their children abandoned them, forgot them. How do you explain that? I know a lot. In fact, I witnessed many. Parents that went the extra mile, did odd jobs to raise their children. Today, their children don't want to know about their parents. People don't always reap what they sowed. The parents sowed so much in the lives of their children, got nothing in return. This is why I don't believe what people always say. When people say a thing, this thing is here again, this puzzle is here. So when people say a thing, at times, let me. Are you following what I'm saying? We are not talking about spirituality here. Do you understand me? We are not talking. There are parents that sold the only plot of land they have. They sold the only plot of land they have to send their children to school. Some sent their children abroad. These children traveled abroad and brought no returns. Yes. There are some children that were sent abroad. Their parents did not eat from their children. The parents did not eat from their children. How do you explain that? We are not talking fiction here. Why are some people born handicapped, physically handicapped? There are children there are babies born blind. There are people who were born deformed in one way or the other. And some are born healthy. How do you explain that? Those children who were born blind, who were born physically handicapped, what did they do to deserve such condition? Life happens. Life happens. All we need in this life is grace. Let me tell you, I've seen people who worked so hard in life, yet did not enjoy their life. They did not reap what they sow. I've seen people who worked all their life. At the end, they lost all what they labored for. Now did they reap what they sow? Here in Europe, I've seen people lazy. We call them Bahnhof colleagues. That is, people, lazy people, unintelligent people who became billionaires. Do you know how? They just went, they played lottery and became billionaires. It happens every time. Drunkards. They did not work, they just went to traffic, played lottery, and became billionaires overnight. I'm talking about millions of euros. How do you explain it? While people who are working day and night are still suffering. This is why what we need in this life is grace. It's sometimes, see, what we need in life is grace, favor. Favor. May grace and favor. Oh, see, success at times is not by hard work. You may not understand it. Success. You see some people, you don't boast because you succeeded. All these people you celebrate, all these people you call celebrities, you think they made it themselves. Man, you see, if you think it is by their own power, you are joking. You think all this, Lionel Messi, all these people are the best footballers in the world. Time and chance happened to everybody, to them all. Time and chance. Some people you see successful today were at the right place, the right time. Met somebody who liked them, somebody who favored them. In life, you need to pray to meet somebody who will like you, who will see you and favor you. You may be, to be honest, there are athletes, that is, if you see their speed, 100-meter sprinters, footballers who did not see the light of the day. So many talented footballers, did you know who killed their careers? The coaches, the trainers. You may be the best player in your team, in your country, but if your coach does not like you, he will not feature you. You will keep warming the bench. Even if you fly in the air with ball, he will not give you a chance to shine. But we give people who have grace over their lives chance to shine. And that person who does not know how to play ball, let me tell you how this life happens. You need chance to shine. You need to meet, you've got to meet the right person to break through in life. I always say it here. If you want to see God, you see God in the next man or woman. If you want to see the devil, you see the devil in the next man or woman. See, no matter how talented you might be, you need to meet somebody that will give you that breakthrough. In most cases, so. See, You've got to go to a particular place at a particular time to meet somebody who will see you and grant you your request. If you miss that time, that year, that season, forget it. That is why they say in religious book, for everything under the sun, there is a time and a season. If you miss that time and season, forget it. You see some people say, I made a video, I said, at certain age, you are not supposed to travel to abroad. Some people came to say there is no age limit. Everything in life has time. This is why I made a video, I said you need to keep moving in life. You need to keep moving. Some people did not understand. You need to keep moving, keep loitering about, keep wandering about. As you keep loitering about, one day you will meet that person that will give you a breakthrough. You don't understand this. You cannot stay a place and hide. If you are in the dark, if you are in the dark, you will not get breakthrough. Let me tell you. Eyes need to see you. Eyes need to see you. People need to see you for you to. Why do you think everybody is on the move? If day breaks, people go to work, people go to markets, people go to, chase their after this. Because, see, in the course of that, you will get what you want. If I tell you my story here, you go bow. I know what I'm talking about. The worst that can happen to anybody is when you throw in the towel because of disappointments, because of frustrations and things like that. There is one person, you need one particular person to give you a breakthrough in life. One person, one particular person. Let me tell you. Not millions of people, though. That destiny helper you see people talk about, some call it destiny helper. Only one person. Sometimes the person might look insignificant. You might say, this person that will give you that breakthrough. Somebody you don't even expect will open that windows of blessings in your life. Maybe through information, maybe through contacts, maybe through what he knows or she knows. Maybe just by directing you, now go this place. Just by directing you. Information is power. Knowledge is power. What the person knows. See, let me tell you why I said you've got to be at the right place, the right time. If somebody who was destined to help you is in China, for instance, maybe that person is in China this year. That person who was destined to help you is in China by July. Maybe traveled to China July this year. That person, you do not know the person. This life is so deep. You've got to be in China by July this year to meet that person. Are you listening to me? That person who was destined to help you, that your destiny, if that person is in Venezuela, maybe by December, maybe the person traveled on vacation in Venezuela, maybe during December, you've got to be in Venezuela by December to meet that person. Okay, let me share my story with you guys. Many of you may not understand it. I know some people may not understand it, but let me break it in pieces for you now to understand. I left Africa with no money. I wasn't having enough money when I left Africa in the 90s. I left with no money. Listen, the guy, I've told you guys the story. The guy I left with, the guy who we embarked on the journey together, when we arrived Cairo, the guy spent like 10 days, not up to 2 weeks. Some guy men deceived him. Some guy men convinced him. The guy went back and left me alone. I was alone in Cairo. No money, no contacts, no friend, nobody. No money, no return tickets. The guy took my return ticket, went back, promising to come back a few weeks later. That was the end. I had no 1 cent with me. So the only way I could survive was to be an errand boy. That is an errand guy. Not actually an errand guy. Somebody, because I wasn't contributing anything where I stayed. So I did the house chores, like going to buy things and cleaning the house. I humbled myself because I had no money. I had no place to stay. Listen attentively. I cannot be playing big boy master when I wasn't bringing anything to the table. So I was the person they sent on errand. Go and buy tomato. Go buy chicken. Go buy rice. I went to supermarkets and I cannot read because I wasn't bringing the money. I wasn't bringing the money. So when they sent me to go buy tomato, chicken, and rice, I happily went to buy it. I go to buy, and I was the youngest then. So one day, listen to this story. One day, one afternoon, they sent me to go buy chicken and tomato for us to cook that day. It was summer. So I went to go buy chicken and tomato from a supermarket nearby. After buying the supermarket, I met an African man. He saw me. He asked me, he said, "Man, what are you doing in Cairo?" I explained my situation to the man. I said, "Listen, I came to Cairo to travel abroad to Europe, but the person I came with went back and I became stranded." I explained everything to the man. The man said, "How?" He said, I was so sincere to him. I did not, hype myself. I was so humble and I spoke to him freely. I told the man my problems. See. The man said, wow, that he liked me. He said, well, he came on vacation in Israel. He went on vacation in Israel. From there, he was touring, all these countries, all these historic countries. So what happened? At the end, the man established contacts with me, and the man was sending me money every month in Cairo for 1 year long. Time and chance. That was how I survived Cairo. Time and chance. If I hadn't gone to buy that tomato and that rice, I wouldn't have met the guy. You see, I met the guy the right time. Listen, the story is too long. The man was sending me $500 every month to pay my rent, electricity bill, and eat food with other guys. Listen. That one. Now, after a year, one day I went to a church. I was sitting on my own. An European man came and sat beside me and opened a conversation with me. It was on a Wednesday. He asked me once again, "What are you doing in Egypt?" I explained to the man what brought me to Egypt, how I became stranded in Egypt. The man looked at me, gave me his complimentary card, and told me that would I like to be, the man was from Switzerland. He said he would have given me invitation letter to Switzerland, but after 3 months, they would send me back. Then I had no idea how Europe works. The man said, "Well, how much do I need to make a move?" I said I was afraid. I said I was going to think about it. He gave me his card. He said, after thinking about it, I should tell him. So now I was like, afraid to talk. And I told the man, I said, well, I needed $1,700. The man said, okay, on the next service day, I should come. The next service day, we went to church. My guys were there. I'm just cutting the story short. The man gave me $1,700 cash in an envelope. Time and chance. What if I did not go out that day, that Wednesday, the man was in service? What if I did not meet him? Time and chance. The man gave me $1,700. I was afraid. Now listen, I had a homie. We came from the same town. The guy was also stranded. Now, the European man asked me if the money was going to be enough. I said yes. After 2 days, I called the man. I said I needed more money. He asked me, how much do you need? I was shivering. I said $500. He said I should come and have it. If I had said $10,000, the man would have given me that money. But I was afraid. I've not seen such money in life. The man gave me. I went to his office. He said I should take a taxi and come to his office. I went. When grace speaks for you, the time I was telling you this thing, there was nobody in my family who could give me $100. Telling you the way it is. I went to the man's office. He brought $500 and gave to me. He said if the money wasn't enough for me to make a move, I should tell him. As we returned home, we lived in Masakan Sheraton, Heliopolis in Cairo. We lived in Masakan Sheraton, Heliopolis in Cairo, near the airport. As I returned home, I gave the guy $500, that guy from my town. I gave him $500. I said, dude, carry this money, make a move. So, I'm talking about time and chance in this life. The story plain to you. I'm just giving you guys these things in brief. That 1,700, man, you see, story plenty. That $1,700, I said to I was very young. I said, I have never seen such a money in my entire life. Then I calculated it in my local currency. Money plenty, money, the money was too much then. $1,700 then. I've not seen it in my entire life then. I'm not gonna lie you. Frankie, you said you are asking me if I'm from Uganda. I'm not from Uganda. Okay. Let's continue. Well, as you watch me, do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That is important. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Let's hit 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. Let me continue with the gist. That's a way of supporting a brother. You know, I give you guys the gist. Yes, so subscribe, oh, that's it. Oh. I appreciate you for doing that. Now let's go further. That money was too much for me, oh. You know, as a young hustler, very young then. So now, yes, I tell people, I said, everything happens. See, if I tell you guys stories, now listen. That money then, I was very young. I said, man, this money is too much. Man, I've never touched such money. Though I gave somebody $500. So now, I said I want to go back to Africa. I said with that money, I want to go back to Africa. I don't want to go to Europe again. I said because that money was enough for me to start hustling, establish a business, and live well. One guy, because the news spread in town that an European gave me money. One guy suffers from nowhere. Listen, we go to the same church then. The guy is from my area. You know, then in Cairo, people from different places stayed in Cairo. Now I said I was going back, that I've got money to start life. One guy came out, came to me, said, bro, you're not going back. Oh. I said, what do you mean? He said I should not go back to Africa. I should not go back to my native land. Oh. I said, why? He said I should share. He said he has contacts. The guy said he has contacts. I said, which contacts? He said he has European contacts. I said, how? He said he has Yugoslavian embassy contacts in Cairo. He said I should bring my passport, that he would put visa under 3 days in my passport. And he said I should give him such amount of money, that under 3 days he was going to stamp a passport, stamp visa on my passport. I looked at the guy. Very simple guy. He doesn't look like a dude, but the guy looked small. And man, things they happen in this life, oh, don't underrate anybody. Don't underrate anybody. And you see, don't have permanent enemies, and don't have a real guy man does not have permanent enemies and don't have permanent friends. I will tell you why I said never you have permanent enemies in life. I know why. I will give you guys gist. And don't underrate, don't look down on anybody. See, Goliath was defeated because he looked down on David. David took him unawares, took him out unawares. He laughed at David. He said, look at this small boy. You came to fight me. Never you underrate anybody. Say, this poor man, this wretched person. You look, see, all that glitters is not gold. That place you are looking at, you think help is going to come from. That help is not coming from there. Help comes from where you don't expect in life. Now me, they tell you now. Help comes from, to be honest, at times you'll be following somebody up and down. You'll be following somebody up and down, thinking that person is going to help you. That person will not offer you that help. Some will use you and dump you without helping you. Now me, they tell you. So, this dude came to me because the news spread then in Cairo. So one Oyibo, one European man gave me so amount of money. The guy came. I said, man, I'm tired. I don't want to risk. I told him, I said, I don't want to risk this money. Because I believed that was my last chance, an opportunity for me to return back to my native land and start a business. Maybe buy a car, then I could. That money was enough to me to buy. So, this guy came out and said, bros, he said, he heard I want to go back to my native land. I said, yes. He said I wasn't going anywhere. I asked why. He said because he had contacts, Yugoslavian embassy contacts. I said, really? He said, yes. He said I should bring out so amount of money. I gave me. He said he was going to make for me international students ID card. Listen. I said, what? The guy said he was going to make for me international student ID card. And he was going to get me Yugoslavian visa. I gave him money. 3 days, the guy came with visa, original visa in my passport, with original international student ID card. Gave me. Now, the guy said, we are not done yet. He said to me, he said, with this visa, we are going to, that guy, people there are intelligent people. In fact, don't look down on anybody. Don't see somebody and underrate, say this person is a nobody. Don't do it. When you hang out, you believe that you are, see, when you think you know better than others, that's the beginning of your failure in life. You believe you know more better than everybody. And there are people like that. They know it all. People who knows it all. If you believe you know more than everybody, you don't fail be that. Three days after, the guy came with Yugoslavian visa in my passport, with international student card. He told me we are not done yet. I said, really? He said, we are going to try German embassy, Holland embassy for transit and other embassies. But the guy told me, he said, dude, I said, are they here? He said, we are going to go buy Malif Airline. I said, which one be Malif Airline? Which one is Malif Airline? He said, we are going to buy Malif Airline. Malif Airline is Hungarian airline. I said, but we are not going to Budapest. He said, I should just listen to him. We went. My mind, I said, man, this morning, we purchased Malif Airline. They printed it. No, like deposit. I forgot. It's a long time. It's over 30 years now. We went for Malif tickets, airline tickets. People, I think we purchased Malif airline. He said, as we purchased that ticket, that was on Friday we went to buy that Malif airline ticket. On Saturday, that the same guy, he did not take anything from me. He didn't ask me for anything. He just said, dude, you are not going back. Say, he must make sure, say, I move. On a Saturday, he came to me. We took a taxi. He said to me, he said he wants to go and show me. Listen, he wants to go show me where Hungarian embassy is, so that I can go there on my own to apply for transit visa. On a Saturday, listen attentively. I'm talking about you've got to be the right place, the right time. Listen. On a Saturday, we took a taxi named where we were going. As they dropped us at Hungarian embassy, there was one young, beautiful Egyptian lady at the embassy. Maybe, what's it called? Information, whatever. What's it called? The lady that was there at the embassy. Information desk or whatever. And now, there is something about me. I am likable. And in fact, I'm favored in life. That's the best way to put it. When I opened my mouth to speak, that Egyptian lady began to smile. I asked her, do you speak English? She said yes. Good. I said, please, I came here to apply for Hungarian transit visa because I bought Malif airline tickets. Now look at what the lady said. The lady said, well, today the embassy was closed. He said that day, Saturday, said they are off that day. But the staffs of the embassy, they are holding meeting. He said the ambassador, they are holding meeting. She asked me to wait. Gente, listen. The lady asked me to wait, that she want to go tell the ambassador that somebody was waiting. Hi. Listen, favor. It was on a Saturday morning. She said she want to go tell the ambassador that somebody came to see. I said, okay. This lady stood up. This young Egyptian lady stood up. Went to where they were holding meeting to tell the ambassador that I and that my friend, we were outside waiting. 5-10 minutes later, guys, listen. 5-10 minutes later, the ambassador, the Hungarian ambassador in Cairo came out. Asked me, what do you need? I brought my passport. I brought out my passport. Showed him Hungarian visa. He looked at it, genuine. I tendered my international student's ID card. He looked at it, genuine. I brought out my Malif airline tickets. I said I bought Malif airline tickets. I said I was going to Yugoslavia then. I was going to Yugoslavia, but I needed to transit in Budapest. The man said, it will cost me $50. I said, yes, sir. He said, do I have passport photograph? I should go and get 2 passport photograph and get $50 on a Saturday. On a Saturday that the embassy was closed. Listen, when favor speaks, who is that man that will stop you? Now, that guy said, we rushed. We entered, we stopped taxi. Looked for where there's all these photo studios, back then. And when quickly I took photo, rushed back. If you see movement, if you see speed, I asked myself if that was a dream. Man, that is, quickly I snapped picture, returned to the embassy, called the man, the embassy. I gave the ambassador came. I gave the ambassador my 2 passport pictures, my passports and everything. Not quite 10 minutes. The man stamped 1 day transit, Hungarian transit on my passport. 1 day Hungarian transit. He said that was on Saturday. He said I should move on Monday. 1 day transit. Don't forget, throughout the time I stayed in Cairo, I was staying illegally. I need to go to, there is a place, one square, I forgot the name. I think that place, we called it Ramses. Somewhere, I forgot the place. I have to go med out, I had to pay fine for overstaying in Cairo so that I can move, I can fly out from the airport. There are some, now, when I tell you that money is powerful, if you have money, everything is possible. You don't understand. This happened on Saturday. The man gave me 1 day transit visa to move on Monday. I was having my tickets. Boy, shit. Guy man no be for mouth. So, so, 1 day, it was on Saturday. On Saturday, the man gave me 1 day transit visa. That was 2 days. I need to leave. If I don't leave, that visa expires. So, I had to go on my own to one place. I think I went with the guy. I went with the guy to the immigration office, tendered my passport. They calculated how many months I was illegal in Cairo. Asked me to pay, and I paid. They stamped something in my passport to move. Guy, as they stamped everything, I paid the money. From that Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I was legal in Cairo. No fear, no police, anything. People could not believe that I got Hungarian transit visa on a Saturday that the embassy was closed. People could not. I tell you what you need. You need to meet the right person. When I talk out of experience. You need to meet the right person at the right time and meet somebody who will look at your face and like you. Now, me to tell you. See, you need to meet somebody that will see you and like you. So, when I reached home, People did not know because that guy, how do I start the story now? Everybody I met was a blessing. When your time is up, when it is time for you, when your time reaches, when it is your time, there is no power on earth that will stop you. Anybody that stands on your way will go down. When it is your time, even the stones, even the grasses, everything will be of help to you. You know, you don't understand it. Story plenty. Now, see, say somebody is standing on your way. Somebody is blocking your way. Is doing that because your time hasn't come. When your time comes, that person is laboring in vain. That person no reach. When your time comes, to be honest, that person no reach. So, don't forget, on that day, we went, the guy took me to go show me where Hungarian embassy was. I wasn't expecting to go apply for visa or anything. He just want to go show me, point the place for me. I got visa that day. Unexpectedly, I got a visa. Nobody knew. When I returned home, people were shocked because we were many boys living in the same flat. Nobody could believe it. People were looking at me like a masquerade. People were looking at me. And if I tell you stories now, you could bow. You could bow. When you are a choosing one, when God chooses you, let's continue. As I reached home, we were like 12 in the flat. Everywhere was like quiet. People were looking at me like, man, who is this man? Who is this man? That's why I tell you, you've got to keep your hands clean. And there are times you need to move away from people holding you back. I mean, they tell you. See, if you are living in a location, in a place where things are not moving well for you, move out from there. Sometimes it could be your neighbors, friends. You don't know the forces that are holding you back. If you move out from, why did God call Abraham out of Ur of Chaldeans? There was a reason why God called Abraham out. This time around, you don't need to wait to hear God's voice. You need to call yourself out. You've got to remove yourself in the midst of people that are holding you, witches and wizards there. It is when you leave some certain area. It's when you leave, there is. Some people did not know what fought them. The moment I left the place I've been living for some years, I saw light. The moment that airplane lifted out of my native land, lifted out of that geographical location, things began to change for me. Sometimes when I make videos based on my own personal experience, I don't see. When you stay in a place, if you live in a place, in a yard, you stay in a place that year in, year out, you are not seeing progress. See, you come this life alone. No? At times, if you struggle, nothing is working, you detach yourself. Yes, so you exit that relationship, that town, that village, that country, at times you need to move. Forces there. Some people know they hear word. In my language, just that na anara no fuebe kirimon. That is, you need to move. Why do you think they say if mountain did not go to Muhammad, what happens? Muhammad will go to mountain. Muhammad need to move. Staying in my native land then, to be... Man, stop 1 second. My battery is down. My battery is down. But we keep rocking. Staying in my native land then, to be honest, everything I laid hand, a smart, handsome, intelligent guy, boy, everything I laid my hand was negative, no progress. I was hopeless. Clinton, I see you. I was to eat food. If you see me, that is to eat food, to see money, eat food was difficult. A hustler. See effort. Man, if I share stories with you guys, until opportunity came for me to move, I made a move. That was the end. Man, there were days I stayed in Africa, I had nothing to eat. First is there. First is there. When they tell you we battle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers, you think it's not a joke? You don't know that there is what is called territorial powers. Territorial powers that hold people down. Sometimes individuals, friends, if you see something, no blame. Now I understood God, why he called Abraham out of his native land. At times, God needs to remove you from evil eyes, enemies. He needs to pull you out from there. Story plenty. Man, well, people never know. Okay, let me continue. So, when I reached home that day, I told you guys I stayed in Masakan Sheraton, Heliopolis, in Cairo. Nice place. My people I lived with, plenty stories there. They were shocked. They couldn't believe their eyes. So when I told them, boy, I got Hungarian visa, transit visa to move on Monday, the news spread in Cairo. The news spread in Cairo. Listen, as the news spread, I told you, when favor is upon you, one guy from nowhere called me. He said, bros, I heard you got Hungarian visa, you are going to Hungary. I said, yes, sir. He said, do you have any place you will stay in Budapest? I said, I don't have. I don't know anybody. He said he has somebody, he has contacts. I said, you mean it? I got the visa on Saturday to leave on Monday. I had 2 days to make a move. And that ambassador, that man told me I must leave on Monday. Already tickets confirmed, everything. I was to hit Budapest on Monday, 2 days time, but I had no place to go. I don't know anybody. I just wanted to storm Obodo Oyibo. Somebody called me. We don't call tribe. Called me, said, dude, that's why I told you I don't do tribe. I don't do tribe. Somebody called me from nowhere. He said, bros, do you have where you will stay in Budapest, in Hungary? I said, I don't have. The guy said he was coming. Then there was no social media. The guy came to my place, wrote address of where to go. He said, look, so people are staying in this address in Budapest. You see, if I go, I should tell them it was him. Gente! I said, bros, I appreciate you. We ate. And the guy wished me well. Well, Sunday went by. On Monday, I was to leave at 1 a.m. in the morning. That was when the flight would take off. My colleagues, my roommates, about 5 of them escorted me to the airport that Monday. When I went, I attended my passport. The immigration saw it, saw visa, so I said, Bigo. I saluted my comrades. Ha! Inside the airport, I saluted my guys. I said, boy, we go see. Everybody, we bid each other farewell. I waved them. I entered the airport. So the flight took off. When I arrived Budapest, as a young boy now, guy man, very sharp. As the flight touched down, as I touched down in Europe, as the flight touched down, I quickly stood up, rushed the exit. I wasn't carrying any luggage now, quick luggage. I was only carrying my clothes. I had no time, quick luggage. Now I'm on the move. Did they carry luggage for that kind of movement? Quick luggage. I just carried my trousers, my canvas. I'm not coat ties. This is my appearance. No. Did they carry bag? That is, a man on the move, no, don't carry all these things for waiting now. Because anywhere, I can abandon anything anywhere I move. Movement day. That guy that helped me, that guy that took me, that gave me that visa, that took me. Don't look down on anybody. That guy that took me to that embassy, that helped me to get that visa, now told me, he said I should go. He took me before I moved. Now, people there, I do not know. Then we had genuine friends, people who cared. There were good people. I do not know what happened, why people became so wicked these days. Back then, we lived like brothers. Nobody feared each other. Nobody. That is, even only few people were, fake. Most of the people, life was good in the olden days. Oh. Life was good in the olden days. I don't know what came upon the people I see today. Everybody is greedy, wicked. Everybody wants to do somebody harm. I don't know. People were good. So, when the flight touched down in Budapest, as Smart dude. I wasn't having any, a man on the move. I just carried my handbag. I will carry one good one. I exited the flights. Went to the immigration. There were forms to fill. I filled my form quickly. Many Arab, Egyptian people were begging me. I filled one or two forms for some people. They gathered me. They couldn't understand English. There were so many in number begging me to fill their forms for them. And I filled only 2 or 3. I leave them worker. I need to save my head. I needed to save my head because I cannot be filling form for all of them. I proceeded to go face the immigration, Hungarian immigration at the airport. I prepare now. So now I forgot this part of the story. That guy, people there. That guy who helped me to get that visa, who took me to that embassy, now told me, he called me, he said, bros. He said, how much was remaining? I said, very few dollar, $100 bills, $100 notes. That's $100 notes. Not 50, $100 notes. The guy said, no. He said I should go and change that money to $1 and to $2. People there. That is why I keep telling you, I said, angels comes in different forms. Angels come in different forms. I told you, I said, angels come in different forms. I was having about two or $300 remaining. The money I was having remaining was about $200 or $300. But $100 bill, $300, only 3 pieces. 3 pieces. This guy told me, now there are brothers, so. This guy told me, he said I should go and change that money. And that was what played out at the airport. This guy said, he came specially, he said we should go and change the money. That $300 remaining with me, he said we should go and change it to $1. I followed him. We went and changed that money to $1. So I was having $1, $300, but $1. So the guy told me I need to put it even where, in case if they ask me of my BTA or whatever, I need to present the money. Then I had $20 that I put at the front. The rest inside were $1. So when I got to the immigration, Hungarian immigration, the man said, passport this. When he asked me for the passport as a dude, I did not give him the passport. I brought out my international student ID card. I placed on the table for the man. He looked at it. He saw international student ID card. He looked at me. Picture, everything was genuine. He said, passport. I brought my passports. He saw everything, Hungarian passport, everything. He said, do I have any money? The thing played out. Do I have any money with me? I pulled out that dollars, but $1, he did not see it. $20 was on top of $50. I couldn't remember. The man saw bundle of money. Immediately I removed, he saw bundle of money. He said it's okay. He saw the money as I tied the money with rope. As the immigration saw that bundle of money, he did not even count it. He said, he just stamped my passport, say, carry they go. He just stamped my passport, say, carry they go. I just quickly exited the airport. I said, so life be. That was how I stormed Obodo Igbo, Europe. Now, as the man stamped my passport, I said, so was this a dream? I asked myself, so maybe this now. Was this a dream? young boy, sharp. As I left the airport, do you know what happened? I just entered any bus when I see. I wanted to run, you know. I said, there was a bus at the airport. I entered, I said, anywhere, just carry me and go, just take me out of this vicinity. Carry me, come out here first. I go later arrange. I said the first thing, I said first thing is to come out from that vicinity. I said, so I followed I just joined the bus. Luckily, you know, most times airports are outskirts, you know. Airports, most of the airports are not in the city, you know. This bus now carried me into the city, luckily. Then, when we stopped, when I saw we got into the city, now if you see fast, I went out. Oh, okay. My guys I left behind in Cairo, they were waiting. You know, some were waiting to know if I got through, if I entered or not. Then people were praying for me. My homies were praying. All fingers were crossed then. You know, they were waiting for my call. To see, you know, that time, to see if, because boy, if you see that time, you see some guys were touching US, Israel, Canada. If you see movements, no, it's something where we could talk here. If you see guy, man, when we worked as a team, if you see guys, so when we entered the city, I now exited the bus. Took a taxi. Esther, I see you. I took a taxi. Showed the taxi the address. Where the address one guy gave me in Cairo. I had no place to go. But that guy, you see, that guy, somebody came and gave me address. So I told the taxi driver to take me. I asked the taxi driver to take me to the address. The taxi driver took me to the address. I paid him. I went there. When I went there, I saw so many Africans, like 6 Africans were living in a flat. They told me there was no space. Do you understand me? They told me there was no space. I said, listen, there were some other babes there too, men, everybody. They said, did I come with visa? Did I enter legally? I said, yes. I showed them. I said, entered legally. I said, listen, I don't know any place. I don't have any place to stay. I don't know any place. I just arrived now. If you guys throw me out, throw me away, I don't know where to go. Unless you know somebody else I can attach with. But trust me, I wasn't going to stay. I told them, I didn't come there to stay. Do you understand me? I told them, I said, listen, I did not come there to stay. I'm a man on the move. Then in Budapest, some people have knocked, that is, they are there for 2 years, 3 years, waiting for opportunity to move. Then I said, man, I didn't come here to stay. One woman looked at me and said, Onyebo, said, stay. I said, anywhere there is, I was ready to sleep on the floor. They allowed me. I dropped my bag. There was one guy from my town too. The guy saw me, one heavy guy. We stayed together, you know, but most of the guys then were just doing their runs. And I'm not that kind of person who do runs, you know. In the night, they go to club and things like this. Some have spent then. They were looking for a way to enter Holland, Germany, Austria, blah, 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 all those things. So now, I'm not outgoing type. You see, every time you see me, stay at home. So one of the guys said he has been there for a year, you know. So they gave me a chance. I was sleeping in one corner there. I spent 1 month only in Budapest and I moved. I no get time to waste. So I'm a pace, I am pathfinder, pace setter. People were shocked. You want me to give you the gist? I know I didn't come to make group. I calculated movements and left. People begin follow my route. People were there for 2 years, 3 years, still they fear. Some are doing this. I spent 1 month. People were fearing this. Now movement. I said I left even my bags, my shoe, everything there. I didn't prepare the movement. When I saw the opportunity, the story too long. When I moved, I forgot to tell you how I placed phone call in Cairo when I reached Budapest. So, even the story too long. Guys were waiting for my phone call. They want to know if I entered or not. So after I got to that place, the guy gave me the address. I picked telephone. I called. My house in Cairo, I called. Where we lived, I called. They say, who is speaking? I said, Nami they talk. They say, they asked quickly, where are you? I said, I'm calling from Budapest. Everybody. People begin to scream. People began to scream. So you enter. I said, before Uncle, you think I'm not going to enter? Now, sorry, too long. I've spent so much time. I'll be back with more stories. When favor speaks to you, speaks for you. When story too long, I'm going to share with you sometimes when the mood comes. When favor speaks for you. Did you know, when I arrived, the guys I left in Budapest, they began to follow my route. I woke them up from slumber. Some people did there. Some people were in Budapest eating chicken leg, eating pounded yam, eating this thing, believing I leave them there, Waka. Their eye opened. They were there doing like women, they do I come out. They come meet me here now. They said, Nana, wow. No be talk now. Action speaks louder than me. That we don't get what we want talk now. What we want talk. Guys, it be like say you guys are not subscribing to my YouTube channel. What's waiting the sub now? Waiting the sub. What's up? You are not. I'm not seeing subscribers. I'm not seeing followers. I don't see anything. You are not encouraging me. I don't understand you guys. You're supposed to encourage me now. Nobody they follow me. I don't big already. I don't big. I'm already big. You just need to. I don't understand you. Make I end this broadcast. Wait, what's my own now? What's my own now? Are they give you a gist? I know they see returns. I'm supposed to get returns now. Gist plenty. When you're supposed to they share, they give, they subscribe. Nobody is subscribing. Nobody. May make I end this thing. And I cannot labor in vain. It's not my portion. I cannot labor in vain. I not go labor in vain. Man, make I end this broadcast here. Na me they give una the gist. Gist plenty. We know they do big man. We don't do big man. We don't hang our shoulders. I keep it real. I tell you the way it is. I don't come on social media to say I'm a big man. I give you the real gist. How we survived from nothing, from nobody to somebody. You see, from nobody to somebody. From grass to grace. You get the gist now. From grass to grace. And that's how it's supposed to be. Do you understand me? This is how you turn your water into wine. You turn stones into bread. This one not be saying, Mama do for me, Papa do for me. Now I do them for myself. We don't do it. I always tell people here, I say, depend on yourself. Don't depend on anybody. That person you depend on, what if that person die? What if that person die, or that person gets sick, or that person betray you, or that person disappoints you? You get the gist now. Story plenty. I'm coming back again with more stories. Now, self, we never even touch stories at all. I never even touch stories at all. Stories plenty. So guys, I want to say thank you for watching me. Thank you for if you subscribed, I appreciate you. If you did not subscribe, the party must go on. If you are not supporting, see, make I tell you, if you know the support, the party must go on. And nobody is going to stop the party. The party must go on. Whether you want to support or not. Did you hear what I said earlier? I said, you see, I have the capability to turn water into wine. I can turn stones into bread. You think it's a joke? When I come back, I will tell you how I will turn water into wine. You think it's a joke? Some of you don't believe them. So you don't believe that one can turn stones into bread. So guys, I said make a gist with you now. I said let me come and spend time with you now. I'm coming back with more stories. I'm in the mood. This is Friday. You are asking me how old I am. You want to know my age? I'm 102. I'm 102. I'm 102. Esther. Vin in the building. Okay, Vienna. Okay. Somebody from Vienna. I want to, man, I know a lot of people from Vienna follows my page. So many. Yeah, so I see, shout out to you. My own person. So, if you are from Vienna, you subscribe to my page. If you are from anywhere you are from, follow this page. This is how we roll here. Visuals. So from Vienna, that's great. Good to have you in the building. Vienna is represented. Well, guys, I want to end this broadcast here. Hope you enjoyed this gist. I'm coming back with another gist. You are 5 years old. Me, I'm 102 years old. So, guys, that's it all for now. I appreciate you guys. So, we keep going. I'm coming back later. Don't forget, I'm coming back later tonight with another interesting story. So, share this broadcast. You can rewatch this video on my YouTube page or on my Facebook page. You go to my YouTube, the same name. You already know my face. You can rewatch the video if you want or send it to somebody. So see you guys later tonight. I'm coming back for sure. We know the run. We day here. I'm coming back. Story plenty.